best transport refrigeration units will have hot gas defrost. So what is hot gas defrost and why should I care? Good question. These are the little things that make a huge difference in the well-being of your product that you've got stored inside your box. Think back to your school days. I know it's a reach for some of us. And remember when Miss McGillicutty's class, on the day she explained what happens to water when it reaches a certain temperature. Well, if you were able to stay awake long enough to hear her say that at 32 degrees, water changes from a liquid to a solid, or in this case, ice. I know, folks are saying, well, that's great, Tom. I only need to keep my product refrigerated at 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That doesn't apply to me. Well, it absolutely does, and here's why. In order to maintain a box temperature of 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, plus open and closing your doors, your evaporator coil has to be at least 10 to 12 degrees colder, or about 25 degrees, to maintain that 35 degree box temperature you're asking it to keep. So it's a scientific fact that you will get an ice buildup on your coil. It's just a matter of when. Things like moist hot days and door openings can speed up this process, but at some point you're going to need to defrost the ice accumulation on that coil. There definitely are a few ways to go about it. The least effective is someone telling you that you just shut the unit off for an hour to an hour and a half with uncertainty that it's defrosted. Can your product really handle those dramatic temperature swings? I always tell folks that if someone gives you this option, run the other direction, because they obviously have no concern for the check that you wrote for the product inside. The next method is a step up, but it's not the best, and that's electric defrost. The easiest way to describe this is it's like having a toaster oven element on the back side of your coil, and it usually takes 30 to 45 minutes each cycle. It'll only defrost the ice where the heat coil is and doesn't completely remove the ice, so you'll have to defrost more frequently, and running these heat strips are more expensive to operate. Heat strips or electric defrost are less expensive to purchase, but more expensive to operate. That's the important takeaway here. The best and most effective way to defrost the evaporator coil is with hot gas defrost. The simplest way to explain this is it's like a heat pump that takes the heat generated from the working compressor and flashes that heat back through the coil internally, and in about 3 to 5 minutes, yes, in 3 to 5 minutes, you're back in business. This happens so fast that there are no real temperature swings in your product, ensuring safe storage and delivery throughout the day. The takeaways here are that 3 to 5 minutes, it happens in 3 to 5 minutes, and it happens internally, so all the ice is removed. It's more cost efficient to run and operate. For more info, check out our website at www.coolertrailers, or plug in our name Cooler Trailers in iTunes, download our podcast, and enjoy while on the go. We incorporate hot gas defrost into our refrigerated transportation units because it's a more effective, more efficient way to keep your investment safe, and after all, increasing shelf life is what the name of the game is all about.